Hello, hello. Hi, Brrrn fam. I am Bryan, and I've got a 20-minute cardio sculpt class for you. We are going to be doing body weight, so just the board and your booties are needed here. That is it. We will be making our way onto the floor for a little sequence, so make sure you got a space for that as well. But that being said, let's hop right on in with our warm-up, right? So we're gonna start off with a lumbar twist. Go ahead and lay it on down. This is one of my favorite things to do. Feet together, knees together. You're just gonna bring those knees down to each side. Take your time alternating here. If you feel like you wanna stay on one side for a couple seconds, feel free to do that. I'm not gonna hold you back, right? Now, I like to take my hand and push my knees down so I get a deeper stretch here. Ooh, it feels so good. No matter what time of day, what you're doing, I guarantee if you just take a moment from maybe you're sitting around a lot working, take a moment and do this, you're gonna feel so much better. From here, we're gonna go into some glute bridges. So meet me center in 3, 2, 1. Drive through those heels, squeeze those glutes up, opening the hips. Hold it there for a second before you drop it back down. I want you to really feel that contraction in that booty. Want to make sure it is activated and ready to go when we're on that board so we can help support our lower back, right? So it doesn't necessarily matter how high you're getting here as long as you're tucking in that tailbone, we're not arching our back, and we're getting that glute contraction. Couple more seconds here. We just chill on out, enjoy staring at the ceiling, and having our moment of zen. From here, we're going to be getting on our feet in 3, 2, 1. On those feet, feet are gonna be wider than shoulders. We're gonna do some lateral hip openers. So you're gonna come on down, shoot those hip back, add a little pulse, alternate sides. So thinking of this as a sort of hinge motion, right? I'm gonna have a flat back, hips are nice back behind me, getting a stretch in those hip flexors as well as feeling it in those hamstrings. And you just flow through it. Again, if you're feeling a little extra crunchy, you can stay on one side a little bit longer. That is perfectly fine. Trying to sink a little deeper each time. Next up, we're gonna do a reverse lunge with a side reach. In 3, 2, 1. All right, those feet come together. You're going to lunge it back. Knee comes all the way down. Reach towards your front leg side. Nice deep stretch. Stand it up. Same thing on the other side. We keep alternating here. So I want you to really think about reaching over to that side, getting that good stretch in. A couple more seconds here. Make yourself even. 3, 2, 1. And we are ready to go. So go ahead and get those booties on. Now, good thing about today's class is that you can actually keep those booties on for the entire thing, or if you want, I've got a little pro tip for you. But when we get there, right? We're gonna be starting on that board, tall slide. So whenever you're ready, meet me here. Feet start together, lift that foot, slide it across. And we just hang out here for a while. Again, as always, when we're first getting on that board, we wanna take a few seconds to get accustomed to being here, right? Making sure we're staying centered and we're sliding nice and smooth. Let those feet come together on both sides. Now, you can swing those arms, or you can keep them, your hands on your hips, whatever feels natural to you, and we just groove. So we're gonna be going through a little sequence here. Remember, it's cardio sculpt, so we're gonna be working on spending some time under tension. We're gonna do unilateral work, working one leg at a time. So in a couple seconds, you're going to meet me on the right side of your board, and we're gonna be going into some lateral lunges. But for now, we're just staying here, getting that heart rate up a little bit. Having a good time. Doesn't matter if this is your first class, your second, your third. I want you to take this moment here right now. Enjoy the calm. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't a kick you into the ground type of class today. This one is going to be a little bit more on the chill side, but there's always an opportunity for you to amp it up, right? So you're gonna meet me on the right side of your board in 3, 2, 1. Right side of that board, take that right foot off. We're gonna go right into lateral lunge. You're gonna pull that leg in while you're low, straighten it, stand up. Join me, let's go. So I'm pushing those hips back, staying nice and low. Do not let your hips move as that leg is coming in and out, right? We want to keep it low, so we're putting that weight on our outside foot. Ooh, feel those muscles working. I feel it already. So we're going to be staying with this leg for the first few minutes, and then we'll hit the other side because we got to make it even, no wonky legs here, yeah? Good. Now make sure you straighten that leg all the way before you stand it on up. Now, if you can't bring that foot all the way in to touch the bumper, that is okay. Find that range that you can work. In a second, we're going to turn to face the side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn the side. We're going to go into another combo here. So reverse lunge. Then you're going to hinge at the hips for a staggered deadlift. And we just alternate those two. Reverse lunge, bring that knee down, hinge at the hips. So we're keeping a nice neutral spine here. We think about feeling that stretch in that posterior chain. We're getting those hamstrings to light up, keeping the majority of our weight on that foot that's off the board. And we just hang out. Perfect. Keep these going. Couple more seconds here. Make sure you're keeping space between your feet when you slide back, right? We don't want to be in a straight line. That's when we become unstable. You've got 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring both feet on that board. Tall slide. So we're going to do that all again, but we got to hit the other side, right? Got to make it even. So just slide it on out. Really pushing against that bumper. You can always bring that knee up to help you get some more power in. If you want, you can sink a little lower. If you want to add some intensity, that is fine. But you're just going to be hanging here for a bit before we hit that other side, yeah? So it's a nice chill moment. Feel free to tell me anything you want to tell me. How's your day been? Maybe it just started. How'd you sleep? Maybe it's about to end. Are you looking forward to bed? Me, I am looking forward to having a coffee and a PB&J after this. Just so comforting. You're going to be meeting on the other side of the board in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're on that left side. Take that foot off. We go right into that lateral lunge. Pull that leg in, straighten it, stand it on up. Remember, we're pushing those hips back. I want you to keep that chest up slightly so it's not a full hinge here, right? Good. You just find a pace and you stick with it. That's it. Now I'm already feeling the sweat beads roll down my face, and I love it. Couple more seconds here. We do the same thing where we turn out, and we've got those reverse lunges with that staggered deadlift. So no surprises here, not yet. Make sure you're keeping that weight towards the back of your foot. That's off the board. That doesn't mean your toes are coming off the ground, right? You want to think like you're scooping the floor with your big toe and your heel. 3, 2, 1. Turn to face the outside. Let's go into that reverse lunge, staggered deadlift. Make sure for that deadlift, you're hinging, right? Nice flat spine, soft bend in the knees. Good. Keeping that toe down, heel up with that foot on the board. Perfect. So that forward-facing leg off the board should be feeling the brunt of this. Couple more seconds here. We're going to be heading off the board soon. We've got a nice little sequence with some core to get through. Good. You got 10 more. Keep that pace going. You got 3, 2, 1. Step off that board. Shake it on out. We're going to be down on the floor. I'm going to wipe myself real quick. If you need some water, feel free to grab it. But you can keep your booties on. If you have hardwood floor and it's a little slippery, you can just take off the heel portion. Bam! It's like you're showing off some shoulder, you know? So we're gonna be starting this off with some tuck-ups. I want your starting position to be here on your butt. We're gonna have our knees tucked in. We're gonna extend out, think long, hollow position, and bring it back in. Now, if you don't need to grab your knees, that's perfectly fine. You do that. Great. Lower back touches the floor every time. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We extend. Lower back touches the floor, but never let those shoulders if you can help it. We breathe as we do these. Think nice and long. Whenever I go into a hollow position, I like to think sexy banana. Be the sexiest banana you can be, right? Because essentially, that's the shape we are creating here, right? We want to have that nice curve. A couple more seconds here. Ooh. Next up, we got some straight leg bicycles, which is essentially like a bicycle meets a jackknife. 3, 2, 1. All right, straight leg. You reach for that toe. Other hand comes behind your head. Now, if you're feeling this in your lower back, bring your legs a little higher. That is perfectly fine, right? Otherwise, try to keep them as low as you can. We flutter kick those legs. Breathe. We got single leg glutes coming, or glute bridges, right? So keep those going. You're gonna choose what leg you wanna start with because we're gonna be working with both, right? You're gonna plant one foot in 3, 2, 1. 1 foot down, we go into a single leg glute bridge, drive through your heel, squeeze the glute, tuck in that tailbone. And just breathe. Once again, working that posterior chain here. Some unilateral work. That's it. A couple more seconds. We're going to throw in one more move before we hit the other side. Awesome. So our next move is going to be a forearm plank. We're going to be flipping it over in 3, 2, 1. Flip it over, forearm plank. You're going to rock it forward and back, keeping your hips down. Yeah? So a lot of times when we get here, we want to lift those hips up. But I want you to squeeze those glutes. You just rock on those toes forward and back. Keep those feet together and breathe. We're having a good time here. Now, if you need to, it's okay if you need to drop to those knees. Just make sure you're not sticking your glutes up in the air. You tuck in that tailbone and you hold it for me, yeah? You've got 3, 2, 1. Flip it back over. We go back to the top. So tuck ups right from the beginning. As soon as you're ready, we hit it off. Remember, sexy banana. Nice and long. Now, if you can't get those arms overhead, you can keep them in front of you. That is perfectly fine. We extend, bring it back in. I just want to challenge you to keep your shoulders off the ground the entire time, right? So whatever gets you to that point, as long as you're keeping your form tight. Good. Next up, we've got those straight leg bicycles, right? Remember everything I said about that lower back? You can adjust the height of those legs. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So if you need those legs to be a little higher, you do that. If you need to keep your back down on the ground, that is also fine. You just bring that shoulder up. We've always got options and modifications here, right? So whatever is going to help you ensure that that lower back is being protected. We're keeping it down. Core is engaged the entire time. Now we're going to be going into that single leg glute bridge on the other leg. Be prepared for it. In 3, 2, 1. Other leg down. Let's bridge it out. Drive through that heel. Squeeze the glute. Whenever I'm laying on the floor like this, just staring at the ceiling, I think of my childhood. Growing up, I had a million of those glow-in-the-dark constellations and stars that my poor parents let me go crazy with. I kid you not, my whole ceiling was covered in these things. And to this day, I believe my childhood bedroom is now my sister's, and they're still there, I believe. Good luck to whoever has to take those down. You might have to take off the entire ceiling. 3, 2, 1, flip it over, forearm plank. Squeeze those feet together, squeeze the glutes, rock it out. Again, if that's a little too much for you, you can hold it in that plank position. You can drop it to your knees if you need to. Whatever you do here, keep that tailbone tucked in. Breathe. It's all gonna be okay. Good. A couple more seconds. We have a little break coming up. Stay in it. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Feel free to come to a child's pose if you need to. You can come to a cobra to give that core a little bit of a stretch. Grab some water if you need it. Wipe yourself down. Me, sweat city here, sweat city. Now we're gonna be back on that board. So go ahead and make sure those booties are fully on your feet. Here I go. Making myself decent. We're gonna be back on that board. So we're gonna be going back into a similar sequence that we already did, right? So whenever you're ready, just join me here. We got tall slides. So we're gonna be building on what we already did. We're gonna do these tall slides. Then we're gonna hit sprinters for a little bit, just to get that heart rate up some more. Then we're gonna go into those lateral lunges, but we're gonna add a little bit more into the time under tension, right? So you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. We're gonna do the same thing with that reverse lunge with the staggered deadlift, and then we're gonna return to these lovely slides. We've got some sprinters coming. In 3, 2, 1. Come down nice low, push those hips behind you. Increase that intensity. Keep that gaze slightly in front of that board. Try not to look down at your feet and trust yourself. Keep that core on, protect that back. Anytime you need a total reset, just stand it up. We're not here much longer. You're gonna meet me on the right side of your board. 3, 2, 1. Right side of the board, take that foot off. Lateral lunge, pull it in, out, stand. Nothing new just yet. Good, try to keep those toes facing forward. Now keep these going, catch that breath. Don't mind if I do. We're gonna be keeping it low and just sliding that leg out and in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, out and in, keep it low. Feel that tension in that right foot, that right leg. Yes, hang out here. Keep that weight back. Ooh, my muscles are feeling it. Stay with me, come on. Just breathe, pretend it's the most relaxing thing. We're gonna be turning to the side. We got that reverse lunge coming. 3, 2, 1, turn it to the side, reverse lunge, staggered deadlift, right into it. Remember, we're hinging, right? Don't forget that hinge, flat back. We're gonna hang out for a bit. We're gonna do a similar thing here. We got some slides in and out, keeping that body under tension, working on that one leg. You got 5 seconds. We're gonna stay in that hinge position and slide it back and forward. In 3, 2, 1, join me here. So you should really start to feel that almost immediately in your glute and your hamstring on that foot that's off the board. Try to keep that neutral spine. As soon as you start to feel any sort of weirdness, stand up, reset, tell that booty it's gonna be okay. Get back into it. Ooh, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You've got 3, 2, 1. Good, both feet on that board. Other side, lateral lunge. Let's go. Pull it in, out, stand it up. So that leg, it's a little bit of rest, just as things were starting to look a little crazy. Good. Focus in on that breathing again. Find this pace that works for you. You can stay with me, you could go faster, you could go slower. We're gonna pull in and out in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep it low. Yes. Most of that weight is on that one leg. Woo. I am feeling it, y'all. I don't know about you, but I'm really feeling it today. Stay in it. 10 seconds. We're gonna do the reverse lunge staggered deadlift. Come on, legs. Don't fail me now. 3, 2, 1. Turn to face the outside. Reverse lunge, staggered deadlift. Try to make sure you keep that knee getting nice and low for that lunge. Pull that foot all the way to the bumper. That's it. We're getting closer and closer to the end here as I get more and more drenched in my sweat. Just building my own river over here. We've got that pull in and out in 3, 2, 1. Hinge at the hips, back and forward. Let's go. Good. Ooh, keep it there. Stay strong, Brrrn. Come on. I know we're feeling it today, or at least I am, and that is okay. Anytime you need a reset, you take it. I needed one, not gonna lie. Whew. Come on. We're gonna go back to our tall slides in 3, 2, 1. Tall slide. This is our finisher right here. Yeah, tall slide. Shake it out. We finish with a sprinter and we're done. 5 seconds. Sprinter slide. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get down low. This is the final bit. Last few seconds. Can you finish it without stopping? I think you can. 10 seconds. Legs are burning. Come on. 5. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. And that is it. Ooh, give those legs a little wiggle. Brrrn, we just did that. 20 minutes, cardio sculpt. If you need a moment, make sure you check out our recovery videos. Again, I am Bryan. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take care.